Do you really need this? What do you want to do? Post it for you? How about that? Good. I think I'll get real close to you and cough on you then. How's that?
Oh, asshole. Wow. No.
Deborah Hunter. A judge has sent a Florida woman to jail after she was filmed coughing on a cancer patient. It was during the peak of the coronavirus pandemic. Deborah Hunter was given a 30-day sentence and she had to pay $500 as a fine. She was also ordered to serve 6 months on probation dealing with anger management. She'll also have to compensate her victim for the cost of her COVID-19 test, and after she got into an argument with the victim, she said that she wanted to get really close and cough, and that is exactly what she did on camera. But luckily, Heather ended up testing negative. Hunter expressed her remorse in front of the Duval County Court Judge James Ruth. She said that her family has been affected because of her actions, and she's been getting a lot of backlash on social media. But she did talk about the effect her actions had on the victim. She only talked about her problems because of her actions, as he said in a statement. But I've yet to see any expression or significant expression of her regret about the impact it had on the victim in this case.
Show me this is my phone.
Show me. No.
You don't have to explain nothing to her.
Take the case off. That's mine.
Are you kidding me? You feel like there's only one iPhone made in the world?
No. Okay, then show me the.
No, you get a lot.
Maya Ponzetto. A Californian woman tackled a black teenager at a Soho hotel after falsely accusing him of her cell phone. Maya Ponzetto admitted to committing a hate crime back in 2020 that stemmed from an altercation. Under the terms of her plea, she can avoid jail time and can enter a new plea to a lesser misdemeanor charge. This can happen if she completes her probation in a case of driving while intoxicated in California. She must also continue counseling and have no encounters with the criminal justice for the next 2 years. In the video, you can see her tackling Keon Harold Jr., the son of a prominent jazz musician. In the lobby of a hotel back in December 2020, they described actions as outrageous behavior. They said it was a case of racial profiling, and as a black man, he had similar experiences countless times in his life. Even though they played it as a misunderstanding and brought them closer to a final resolution, but these happenings are more common than you think. The altercation occurred on 26th of December 2020. The video went viral. It was filmed by the jazz trumpeter Keon Harold, who was staying at the earlier with his son. They had just come for brunch when Ponzetto, whom they'd never met before, accosted them.
We don't play games here anymore, okay? Next time you ever talk to me like that, you're gonna get your kicked by my family. They're gonna you up.
What did I do?
Right. They're gonna you
Why?
up.
What did I do?
Because you are. Look at the whole stairs to
But
yourself.
you had these
Why
stairs
don't
and
you go
that
somewhere
stairs.
else where you can go to a gym? This is not just for you.
Oh, you
Get
need
the out of this world. Get the out of this state. Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in.
Okay, race.
This is not your place. This is not your home. We do not want you here. You put that on Facebook. I hope you do, because every person will beat the crap out of you from here on out. Don't you ever say, "Oh, Jesus," to me when I want to use the stairs, you little.
There's other stairs.
Lena Hernandez. She was accused of racist tirades against the Asian community living in California. Lena Fernandez, who was 54 at the time, comes from Long Beach. She's agreed to plead no contest to misdemeanor battery in exchange for a sentence of 47 days in county jail. In addition to that, she had to go for anger management classes for 3 years after serving the time. She was ordered to not be around the mall where the attack happened and also 100 yards away from the victim. The victims were outraged by her actions and they weren't satisfied with the judgment. They felt like Hernandez should have done more time in the county jail. She's one of the most popular grandmas in California and especially among the Asian American community. She was caught on camera twice. In the video, she can be seen verbally abusing and delivering rants at Torrance Park. And in one of the incidents, she told a woman who was minding her own business and exercising in the park, and I quote, said, "Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in." In another incident, Lena Hernandez spoke in a mocking Asian accent at the park and asked him to go home and called him a Chinaman.
This person.
You just made a
But you know
racist
what?
comment.
You need to go home.
I am from here.
Look at. Go home.
I am here from here.
Go home.
When she started becoming famous for her racial antiques, Salmi now spoke out on Twitter saying she'd been assaulted by Hernandez at the Del Amo Mall. The victim said that Hernandez was verbally assaulting a custodian at the mall, and when the victim tried to intervene, Hernandez assaulted her and pushed her to the ground. She said, "She shoved me to the ground." According to Salmonau's victim statement read in court, "I attempted to stand my ground. She pulled my hair, held my head to the ground, and punched me multiple times in the back of my head." In the court, she urged the judge to reject the plea deal, saying she continues to endure psychological trauma from the attack. For 9 months, I could not go to the places we enjoyed because I feared having to see her again in our community, she said.
A drug screen, so a drug test, and do you say psychological or psychiatric? I thought you said
A psychological exam. And then we have an order to compel Ms. Stiles to turn over the responses.
Amanda Stiles. In this clip, Amanda and her ex-husband are in court for a hearing. Amanda is asked to take a drug and psychiatric evaluation test. The judge had to mute her the entire time to ensure a smooth proceeding. Karen in the court wasn't heard at all. This was mainly because she was not letting Lacey Kimball talk, and this was just the beginning. The judge did not want Amanda to talk at all, unless it was a legal objection. But when the judge unmuted Amanda to hear her response to a request for a drug test, she confessed to smoking marijuana, and which is not legal in Texas. She doesn't care about the authorities, and that can get her in deep trouble. In the next scene, she can be seen talking back to the judge, and I'm sure that if he was in quote and not in the comfort of her home, she would never talk the way she was talking in this video. She declined the request for a drug test because she smokes weed every day, and the results aren't going to work in her favor. She said that her drug test was going to fail inevitably, and so the case looked very weak for Amanda. Foolish pride. The judge also requested an answer, but she just replied and, well, watch ahead.
those things. Let's go with the drug screening part. Do you have an objection to taking a drug test?
I'm not going to pay for it because I'll tell you up front I'll file for marijuana.
When was the last
But
time?
I'm happy to take it on
When was the last
expense.
time you took marijuana?
I use marijuana daily. All day, every day.
Yeah, Amanda perfectly summed up her own case, and it's beautiful how she destroyed herself, and she doesn't even know it. Well, more power to you, Amanda. Penelope Soto. This one is very similar to the one with Amanda Stiles' case, but it happened in the courtroom. This is a viral video in which a young South Florida woman gained worldwide fame for her defiant profanity and weaving her explicit finger at the judge earlier in sentencing. She was in possession of a controlled substance, Xanax bars. It seems like the judge wanted to know how much she made so that he could write a reasonable fine that could fit her budget. But Penelope denied even knowing what Xanax is. She also said that she makes $200 a week, and which is $800 a month. When they were talking about this, having a conversation, it seemed like Penelope thought it was the right time to joke. She said she had a lot of expensive jewelry as a response to her financial status, like a rapper, as she said the name Rick Ross, and she was just trying to be funny instead of her actions. Instead, her actions looked very suspicious, but the judge was not in the mood to fool around. Her actions made it seem like she was under the influence of some kind of drugs. She later denied to have a private attorney as the judge. The judge said she had a lot of jewelry, and so she must be rich, and so she can get her own lawyer. Watch this.
Good morning, Soto. You're being charged with possession of Xanax. B-A-R-S. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Xanax bars. Soto, are you working?
Yes.
How much money are you making a week approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value? A house, a car, a bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right,
Okay.
as well as
Go ahead.
a car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? Well, it's not a joke, you know. We are not in a club now.
You know,
we are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about
Oh,
it.
you're
You
being
just
very.
made me
I can
laugh.
see you're serious, all right.
You just made me laugh. I apologize.
It's all right. How much is your jewelry worth?
It's worth a lot of money.
Like what?
Like Rick Ross.
Huh?
It's worth
Ma'am?
money.
Have you had any kind of drugs in the last 24 hours?
Actually, no.
Actually, no.
Judge.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Come back, ma'am. Come back. Count one will be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
You can see that she was okay with the outcome, and so she playfully bids her goodbye to the judge, and that doesn't sit well with the judge, so now she has to pay double the amount. This was unacceptable, and so she got a little angry and did this.
Come back again. Bring her back again.
What's up?
I believe I heard you saying to...
Yes, I did. I'm not going to the...
I believe you... Did you say
Yes,
me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir, I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I
gonna
find you in
lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
She literally went from $5,000 to $10,000 and then a month in jail. Well, that went well for her, didn't it?